Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. Welcome. No Gerry here, but I've got a note here. Hold on, I will read you the note. It says, Dear some dude on YouTube, Gerry can't be with you this week or next week or the rest of January. He has to do the homework of Justin, Lloyd, Warren, and himself. With kind regards, what does it say? Business Daddy. Well, he has to work. Hello, Wonky, Goblin, David, Redford, Danley, Orinoco, Dutch, Banda, and Crispin, Zoid Pinhead. Welcome one, welcome all. Yeah, I'm guessing he's painting all the armies. Please do not be disturbed when I start looking at the other screen. For some odd reason, Twitch authentication via OBS is not working, so I don't have my usual setup left and right of my control monitor to see your chat, so I have chat in an extra window. It's annoying. And I don't know why. Something broke between OBS and Twitch, and now authentication doesn't work, so bear with me. So, I hope you lot had all a nice week and have more or less done some hobby? Question mark? Yeah, he needs to get the others pull the fingers out, I guess. I wonder if there is actual a surge of new stuff coming out in the next few months, and now he has to prepare all the videos. I don't know. You let me know what you think. Oh, and speaking of interesting, I need something to drink. Hello and good evening, Mr. Keybob. Danley, I do hope so too, but my guess would be probably not. Wonky Goblin is off work this week, so full-time sculpting and terrain building. That explains your stream in the middle of the day. So I'm guessing when you started to stream, you didn't have the problems I had with Twitch not authenticating correctly. I don't even know if you use OBS, so if you use OBS, let me know if you had any trouble getting that thing to work. I was really annoyed when that error popped up. And it's really inconvenient to not have everything correctly as I'm used to it. It's just... And that even put me off doing what I had initially planned, and that was building miniatures. Now I can't be asked. I would have to get them from API. Yeah, it's some kind of timeout problem, Amanda, so I'm guessing either it's a redirect from my local IP that's not really working, or I'm just... yeah. I pulled the shortest straw, so it's not working correctly. Well, I'm still here somehow, and should for some reason I'm not able to be on Twitch at any given time in the future, I still can fall back on YouTube streams, though I've never done those. No, not Aliens Dutch, I don't think so. And I haven't done any updates, Wonky, so I'm pretty sure that's not the case, the problem for OBS. And it's factually, everything else works, it's just the bloody... excuse me. authentication. It won't let me set a cookie, if you will, for Twitch, which is annoying, but well, streaming he obviously works, and let's just hope there are no further problems. So, what have you lot been doing recently? Have you done any good, nice hobby, or just being lazy as myself? I think this week, did I do something this week? Oh yes, I finished my painting competition entry. Good evening, Jamis Cuts. You know what? I could actually show off my painting competition entry if the camera is still working. Hold on. And now I need to go. Where is it? There it is. Oh, look. There's the lovely bloody thing. Now I need to get my remote. Where's the zoom button? Zoom. We need more light. Attention. Light. Painting competition entry for January. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how that one turned out, especially since it was a very quick and rough job. Hello, Jill. Welcome. That's a Reaper Bones mini from 2014. It's not really a good mini because it's a very cheap plastic, but somebody mentioned that the same sculpt is also available in metal from Reaper. It's the Angel of Shadows. Barely readable, but that's the one. Man, I did a little bit of painting, spent way too much on Games Workshop stuff. Wonky's doing a bit of painting and spending, is doing artwork, posted on Discord. Danley is started playing Aeon Trespass again, and Orinoco is basing Romans and Drumans. Yeah, the color blending is basically wet on wet blending with speed paints. Amanda, I'm not a big fan of the Reaper Bones plastics, but that one was gifted to me years ago, and by the sheer low price you get these for just being a piece somewhere on the table, they're totally fine. They're cheap PVC minis. I'm not sure if the Reaper Blacks are better from in regards of what you call it, the plastic and the bendiness. Yeah, the sword is a bit bendy. I tried using the hot water trick to bend it in the other direction, but it just goes again. Yeah, they're great for practice. That's exactly the point. They have enough detail to make you want to paint the detailed things, but they're at the same time not so detailed that you're overwhelmed doing stuff. I mean, what was it? I think £3, something, 250. I can't remember. It's really cheap and cheerful. It not like other brands. Wonky Goblin is also planning a new 3x3 day. Don't you have enough on your table already? Sculpting minis, writing a rulebook, making terrain, now making a table? Did you have family, friends, a job? Yeah, the painting competition is 5 more days, so get your entries in and we will see what will be the theme of next month. Plus, there's something called Terrain Fest. Is Terrain Fest still a thing? I think, yeah. In the forum, I started it 6 months ago, just on a whim. Nicked the idea from another podcast. So basically, the month's winner decides on a new topic, which is just a keyword, and then you have got until the 25th to put in your entry, and after the month, we all get to vote and see who's the next winner. Simple as that. I personally had some great fun building weird stuff, and since Amanda, you haven't been here, obviously not, and haven't seen those, let me show you my last entries in these. We got here again, and we need some light. I need a long arm. Holy fuck. So I can't fully remember the first keywords we had. I think the first one was sand. So this was my entry for sand. After sand, we had... What did we have after sand? I can't remember. Was it... Either way, I did a golem. A bone golem. Well, a skeleton... Scallybob golem. And... After that, I think we had magic or explosions. I think we had magic and explosions. So I had a magical explosion. Wizard go boom. I cast fireball. Yeah, you might sense a theme, James. I sense a surplus of Scallybob miniatures. And there's still a bunch of minis. A bag of Scallybobs that I can use for various things. Good evening, Lazagram. Thanks, Zoidpin. The fireball explosion was my favorite so far. Simply because it was such a... Well, we all have been there. Now to cut the light and go back here. So if you enjoy just having a wee little fun painting stuff, even outside of what you're usually painting, or just as a palette cleanser, feel free to join in at any time. It's an open competition. There's no prizes to be won. Oh, don't mention the project system. Well, it's working currently. Oh, and we did water. Yes, you're correct, Zoidpin. That's the one I left because I was completely uninspired. I couldn't get my head around. It's working because you haven't used it yet. Well, let me put it this way, Zoidpin, no physical prizes. Of course, there's the admiration of everybody else looking at your miniatures. Excuse me for a moment. I just noticed I've got a big fat spot on my glasses and I can't see. What are you writing? Oh. I'll catch up with your chats in a moment. Nothing more annoying than dirty glasses. I noticed that the project system had a new interface for the text editor. Yeah, that's the one. I'm not sure how much work went into the background of that, but I still am under the impression that Tom is doing his utmost to get that thing into a working current state of whatever. Here's hoping we'll get a proper form sometimes, maybe. Yeah, Wonky, that would fit the bill 5 times. Cloudflare rejection issues? I haven't had those. Not yet, at least. Fingers crossed. You'll never know. Today I had again the turn off ads turning on again for some odd reason, which seems to be a half-year term thing reappearing. I haven't uploaded any files yet, so I know there's supposed to be a way to upload PDFs, but I think I'd rather just put in a link to some other hosting. L3 seems to go well. At least for me, it worked the last few days. A few times I've used it. Not sure if that's a good sign. But yeah, let's face it, it's WordPress. It's not a very optimized software backend for what we are using it for, but it does work. So, now I need to scroll up again. I think, Jill. Yes, I've seen you sneak in there, Jill. I need to ask you a question, if you can answer that. The big, really useful boxes, the 48 liters and the 24.5 ones, are the same footprint. And then there's the how much was it? Let me check. 4-liter A4 boxes. Do they fit 2 of those correctly on one big box? I'm not sure if anybody of you knows what I'm talking about, but maybe you get the gist of it. Because I was thinking to grab myself some magnetic mats for these A4 boxes. Yeah, Zoidpinhead. What I do usually is text first, submit, add pictures later. That's okay, Amanda. I was thinking of Jill because she has a lot of really useful boxes. Anybody else in the audience who has those boxes and can attest to if they fit or not, would be very nice to know. By the sheer external sizes, they seem to be a tiny bit smaller than the big boxes, so because those would be really useful for storing armies in the long run. Well, maybe I'll just get 2 and see what happens, and just put my my ready-made frosty graves in it and something. 9-liter? Let me see. What's the 9-liter one? Those are the same basic footprint. Those would work then as well. I'll need to. It's a shame you can't buy these locally and just grab one or two. I'll always need to order them. Good evening, Nine Red Tails. Hello. Yeah, the 24/5 are good for army projects, unless you start storing terrain in it. 3D printing? We don't do that around here. That's heretic. No. I'm sure some companies do, but yeah. I'll just have to test it out. It would be nice if they stack like what do you call it? Like Legos. Gerry is at home. He needs to do the homework for the rest of the team. He'll be with us again in February if everything goes well. So can't help you with that. You have to refrain to on tabletop videos and vlogs. Totally forgot how that. And now I need to look that up again. Hold on a second. There's a company doing magnetic stuff for basically really useful boxes. Been selling them on. That's not what I want to see. Warmag, that's the one. They have now a European distributor shipping from Germany, so I might just grab myself. Yes, Warmag, exactly. And I was looking for the magnetic sticky things on the bottom, but that's beside the point. What war games do I like playing? Well, currently we're playing. Me and my friend we are playing Warhammer 40k 3rd edition, which is fun. Before that, we played Frostgrave and Battle Attack. And that's about it currently. I also have sitting somewhere behind me Bot War and Armored Clash, and I'm forgetting things again. People are yelling and screaming at the screen right now. Third edition is a weird place. It's starting to get serious, but it's still very silly at times. The worst part is we're just using the core rulebook, so no codices, and 2 games and 2 games I won, which is very unusual, especially since I've been playing orcs against chaos. I might just change armies and use something different next time we play, depending on how I feel. Might as well be. We also might just jump into another game, maybe Blood Bowl, maybe I don't know. So much to choose. Oh yeah, there's Doom, the board game. Fallout, Wasted Warfare, also still sitting in boxes waiting to be played. Mantic Firefight Enforcer. I do recognize the title. I can't recall any of the game. My memory is terrible. We also could play Warhammer Fantasy Battle 6th Edition, but that would be very hard to do for me because that needs a lot of work. Sure, you can pop a link, unless it's something very naughty. Then don't pop a link. I know I'm not sure how auto moderation will grab to this. Oh, there you go. Let's see, that's a safe link. Ah, now I remember. Yeah, I've seen that before. Not quite my cup of tea, but well, especially since I don't have any more space to put anything anywhere. It's just it's getting silly. This is annoying. What am I forgetting? Oh yes, Combat Zone. Shadowrun Combat Zone. That's also something that's still lurking. How is it that we always collect more than we can actually play? It's a nightmare. Oh, public service announcement for the two of you who might be interested in that. I'm currently in the process of mirroring my complete YouTube backlog over to a open source server on a PearTube instance, which basically is a clone of YouTube, more or less similar. Details are way too technical to me to regurgitate now. Basically, what it means is, if YouTube, for some reason, at any point in time in the future, decides to nuke my channel, I don't give a toss because all my videos will still be there. The URL will be different, but it's still open, available, and no ads and nothing, and I couldn't be happier with it. Well, Zoidpinhead, just because we are wargamers, do we really need to collect everything? And yes, the answer is obviously no. Yes, but hello, Jill. Welcome back again. So you didn't hear my question as an expert on really useful boxes. So if you have the forgot again, do you have the 4-liter A4 boxes? And if so, do 2 of those fit nicely on top of the big boxes, the 24.5s or the 48 liters? If you know what I mean. Judging by the size, they should more or less work, but I'm not sure if it's really stackable. Ah, curses! Well then, yeah, then I need to buy myself some boxes and just try it out and see what happens. And bitch and moan and complain about on the internet about it when it doesn't work the way I want it. Oh, Jill, don't say that. You're very useful and also very welcome to the stream and to the wider audience in my hobby space. I'm not sure if how to put it. I wish that we all, as a hobby community, could get on with each other. I know that there's people out there we won't get along with because they are loonies. For them, I wish to just leave us the flock alone. I'd really like. I want the hobby to be a safe space for everybody, and I always try to be nice. But at some point, even my patience wears thin. Yeah, Jill, that's basically is people are going to people, and sadly, every place of the interweb, at a certain threshold of users, you'll get assholes, which is a shame. That being said, if any of you out there have trouble with people in your hobby space, try to reach out to those in the places that can do actually anything about it. Don't just sit there and take it all in. That's a general good advice, not just for sites like OTT. And I'm currently, just to really push this home, I'm not talking about only OTT. I'm talking about the interweb and hobby spaces in general. I'm part of multiple forums, more than one Discord server, and there's always the one who really wants to be smacked in the face with a brick. I'm giving everybody the benefit of a doubt for first impression, but to be brutally honest, once you've on your my bad side, there's rarely a coming back from that. Usually I tend to just ignore people I don't like, and yeah. Yeah, Annie is a nice lady. Maybe I should ask her if she wants to join in on a show sometimes. That being said, just want to say thank you to everybody who put forward suggestions for me on after I did the blog post over a week ago about what to do next. I'm curating a list on things that are easily doable, and there are some things people have repeatedly mentioned that are in theory a nice thing, but practically not so easily done, at least not on a whim. They need planning. Things like a hot seat for a guest, for example, needs some preparations. That being said, it's not out of the question, but I think I need to plan ahead more for those things, which is a thing I'm pretty bad at times. So we'll see what happens. When things get too competitive, that's usually a sign of people not playing for fun anymore. In that case, I tend to try to quote unquote force people to have a fun game instead of a power fantasy training game, regardless of the system, just to enjoy the evening. But at the same time, I feel, or my experience, rather, should I say, is that people who only play competitively are usually not the kind of people I like to be friends with, because there's a certain mindset that just doesn't work for me, but your mileage may vary. Yeah, I'm almost certain that there's always a part, a subsection of gamers in any club, location, store that just wants to have fun and is not really interested in being competitive. There's a Venn diagram where those two overlap, and some people do both, but I think the majority is either or. People only play to win it by armies almost of tournament level for a game like. That's that sounds like people with too much money on their hands. Which is an odd thing, I feel. Let me put out, because this popped up on a different side today for me. If you're interested in a new game and you want to buy into that game, do you go full hog and buy a ginormous amount of miniatures and spend 3-digit numbers, middle to high digit numbers on stuff? Or do you ease yourself into games? I would like to know how you do that. And after that, I will tell you how I do. Amanda tends to go full hog, but doesn't recommend it. Zoid Pinhead obviously goes full steam ahead. Dan Lee went full mental on bolt action with 1,000 points army in one go. Nine Red Tails eases into games, but goes for 2 squads again. That's basically the 2-player edition. Jill wants to go full throttle, but budget says no. Orinoco blames Games Workshop for mental damage FOMO because he goes full hog. Yeah, so I'm somewhat on Jill's side, though I have to say I really don't want to go full mental on new games anymore. Like most of you are currently describing, I'm getting some kind of 2-player experience, so that if somebody wants to play it, we can play it, and if I do not have anybody joining in on the fun, I'm still able to play against myself. Ewok Kebab is lying through his teeth, proclaiming, "I'm a model of self-restraint." Yeah, sure, bud. You tell yourself. We've seen your projects. I mean, if you have the surplus income to just go out and buy stuff, why not? The reason I wouldn't recommend doing that is simply because I would feel so overwhelmed by the sheer amount of miniatures that are suddenly appearing on your desk wanting to be painted. So, nope. Warhammer Grimmins has placed himself on a miniatures ban for at least 6 months, no new purchases. Well, good luck with that. And I do mean that. It's tempting. It's especially tempting when you really want to stick to your pledges, and all of a sudden a surprise drops and goes, "Hello, this is the game you always wanted, and it's available now." Yeah, and we all have way too much sitting there waiting to be painted. Uh, Technically, I could be content with painting everything that's still sitting around me everywhere, and I think I'd be grand for at least a year, if not longer, depending on how much time I spend actually painting. Oh, Jill, it's not really grim. I've been in a similar place with my siblings when my grandmother not died but went to nursing home, and we had to get rid of what's in the flat because that was just a rental, and yeah, it wasn't even that crowded, but still took some time digging through everything, what to throw away, what to keep. So yeah, having not a convoluted mess sitting next to you is helping. Yeah, you still have a life to enjoy, Zoipinhead, and I think there's a balance you can have. Plus, unless we're going to be grim, uh, unless somebody in your family just suddenly dies unexpectedly, I think you'll be able to start giving away stuff, getting rid of stuff when you're starting to feel, well, I'm not going to be here forever. James, how does that work if you're on the one side doing what you want with the hobby, and on the other side want to have less stuff? Isn't that a contradiction? Ewok Kebab, I think we have somewhere declared earlier in 2025, buying rulebooks is okay because you can use whatever you want and they don't take up much space. Cognitive dissonance alert. I have minis and I will use them. Good night, Dutch. It's hard to go overboard when you owe so many boats. Oh god. Who's responsible for puns in this channel? I or you, Mr. Keybob? Horrible, horrible things. Also, rule books are potentially good fire material if you need some additional paper to do heating. Oh, James does all the rigging. Well, good luck with rigging. Oh, excuse me, something stuck in my eye. Ah, that's not really feeling good. Better? No, it's not my finger. It's on my fist. Yeah, but I think I'm not sure about the current printings. The older Games Workshop books were also had some kind of lamination, some were glossy, and that doesn't really burn well. It stings. So I'd rather go for proper paper. That's a potential upside on printing your PDF rulebooks on plain paper. Burns much cleaner. Just in case you want to get rid of them. So, to go back to the start, since I know for a fact Gerry won't be back next week, do we want next week to be a talking head only pod video streaming thingamajig? Should I look for a guest co-host? Any volunteers in the audience? Or do we make it a paint and spray or paint and build or build and paint stream? Put your comments down below on the YouTubes if you want, or just send me a message. Otherwise, it'll be the same boring old stuff again. And I'll be drinking more brown lemonade. I don't have a thing, Zoidpinhead, but I have miniatures I can paint. Well, we can take a little look-see at them. Hold on. I like the boring old stuff, but I like a lot of you. Yeah, Jill, thank you. I think light. Come here. Oh, God. This is going to go completely horrible wrong. Yeah, that's not fitting. So there's this little lady here waiting for paint. And there's this guy waiting to be painted. And we have some interesting guest stars from the Fallout. More Fallout. Even more Fallout. Oh, that's alright, Manda. And Maximus. For reasons, James, for reasons. And then there's Old school battle tags. These sculpts really do look odd. And the last two entries on the painting table, currently sitting here waiting. Those two. No, they are in fact older Catalyst Game Labs models. And now tell me that this one doesn't look like a Darth Vader to be happen. A Vader to waiting to happen. That's the word I want to go with. At least to me, that one looks like he needs to be painted like Darth Vader. If Gerry isn't back on the 3rd, Wonky would volunteer. I'll try to keep that in mind, Wonky. Now, lights off. Pardon me. Where's my camera? There's my camera. Oh yeah, bot war. There's. They are also waiting to be painted. I'm really lazy. Get in there. Get back in your box. We could be buried under snow by February 3rd. I don't hope so. I'm not sure. Currently we're minus 4 degrees. What does the temperature say? -2. But that's about it. So it's just cold when I'm cycling to work. But other than that, the weather is nice. Your friend in Poland has -40. Well, I'm guessing you all saw the news on, was it Kamchatka? With 7-story high snow in it. That's snow. Ewok, keep up. We don't talk about that orange monkey. He has no right to be here in any capacity other than tiny fighty man. Snow on the beach. Sounds like a Florida drug movie scene. I'm not sure whose project it was that I stumbled across today. But man, 4 pages of text. Jeebus. I call shenanigans on that Ewok. You see, Jill, the thing is, I myself have a very hard time reading longer texts on screen. It's really, I really want to read what the person put out there, and I start reading line by line, but after the 4th or 5th line, I start just skimming the text. It's... And I'm not sure what the problem exactly is, because chat I can read all day. That's just working. It could be that it's weird to read white on black on white for some odd reason. I feel I think I've read somewhere that reading on screen, reading white print on black background is easier, but I haven't tried it yet. But having that said, I do try to be better, especially when people are writing articles on sites in likes of reviews and product not what do you call it, not product placements, well, just news basically. Technically, dark mode for OTT shouldn't be a problem since it's just a WordPress site and there must be a way to force your browser to go dark mode for some reason. Now, keyboard, don't be greedy. Plus, you were on the front page with your projects. I've seen your face doing... What was it? Frostgrave? Something where you put yourself with a weird bloody green face. Well, getting to your own project, that's an annoying part. You go profile, projects, and then... Well, that's one way to do it. Have a tab open and just leave the bookmark. Yeah, but see that steampunk one was on the front page. I wouldn't have seen it otherwise. We need a forum post for getting to your projects. Don't make Tom cry, please, James. He's already doing his utmost in getting the site operational. But what you could do is either, like Amanda, have yourself a browser tab open with your own projects, or you could just make a forum post and put a collection of your project links in there. See? Oh, I know an even better place. There's the activity button on the top. Basically a on-site chat, quote unquote. You could just put your links in there. You'll never find them again, but they'll be there somewhere. I'm not even sure how the site would react to that. Yeah, that's the one ad spot you can't turn off, which is annoying. Yeah. That's about it. You could even go more old school. Just have a text file on your desktop where you put in your individual project lists. Or and now this is more serious. If you really want to have your projects easy reachable, they have implemented the QR code system. Just copy that picture in a folder and you're golden. Yeah, technically you're correct, James. It should just be a menu item that would be put on there, and well, maybe just as a suggestion before we start adding stuff to OTT, maybe you just now at step 1 remove all the crap where it says coming soon. That's been there for 10 plus years now. That I'm pretty sure that can go. Good evening, Mr. Nick from Grey Prima. Yes, James, that's the point. Just eliminate that completely. Reduce the overhead. You know what? We need to. We'll just take a look. See. Where did my? Does this work? Yeah, great. This works now. This button here, crowdfunding. Do any of you ever use this button? I mean, when was the last time this section was updated? So, this could just easily be gone. Don't use it. And then, this ad obviously is completely and utter bullshit, but yeah, that's business steady potentially. Now, going down, and even more down, this can go. This can go, this can go, this can go, this can go, this can go. This should be updated by now. Orinoco, technically you're correct. But I highly doubt that anybody ever even notices that button. I really don't. And these are clickable. I'm not going to say how long that took me to realize that these are actual categories you can use. Speaking of user interface. James has to start again his secret project. Yeah, especially since even though Kickstarter has been the initial thing, there's currently multiple different crowdfunding platforms, so it shouldn't be called Kickstarter anymore, but crowdfunding. I personally, and this is from a technical standpoint, from someone who's usually the one who does the janitorial stuff on other people's sites. My first action would be to kill all inactive users. Just purge all of them. Just go see who hasn't registered users with 0 posts, kill them. Users that haven't been active for more than 5 years, nuke them. And then implement something that checks the registered email address against something like stop forum spam and nuke everybody who comes up as a positive spammer. I mean, how many alleged members do we have? Let's see, where's the members section? There's members. Can't even make that number out. 15,199 members. No, there's not that many online ever. Yes, we're all breasts of war, beasts of war, backstagers. I mean, come on, there's user profiles on this site that are 15 years old and older. Why do we even need those? Well, Nick, that's something that I can live with if they need that they will take some time stopping you from Cult of Games access, but again, just in case, for the unprobable possibility that Tom is lurking in the background or somebody's taking the news to him, I still think he's doing a great job, but it's it's like one of these overgrown garden videos. There's just too many brambles everywhere. And we really want to come to the power washing stage, but we're still in the first 2 feet of that hedge that needs to be burned down, basically. Yes, we all need to trim our bushes, Evo Kebab. That's for the hygiene. Well, maybe not scorched earth, Jill, but get something. Don't let Lloyd get near. Zoipin, technically you're correct that the decisions need to come from from the top, but Warren isn't the top anymore. It's Business Daddy. Imagine if Wayland would be saying, well, yeah, we will redo OTT. I mean, the sheer fact that if you go on www.ontabletop.com, there's only a redirect to Beasts of War is still telling. Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure, Zolpin and Danley, that you're both correct, and I'm also sure that Wayland isn't really too keen on the user experience in the back end, and that OTT is basically a vehicle to promote stuff. That's a mean thing to say, Amanda, but also it's a very true thing to say. Let's face it, we are not in charge of anything over there. We have opinions, wishes, and dreams. Well, Zoidpinhead, that has been the fact for some time now that Wayland products are on the site. And I think that was to be expected when they took over, so... Potentially, you could be right there, Warmer Grimace. The thing is, and I've seen this with more than one forum in the last few years, it seems to be a dying breed of informational center. Pages like Beast of War or just plain forums. For example, the forum of my local gaming club is down to 16 new posts over the whole year of 2025. That's it. A club with 40 plus members, 6 posts. Because they tend to stick with WhatsApp groups and the occasional Discord chat. Nothing else. I'm not sure it's just the attention span that has to be blamed here, Amanda. It's the sheer amount of information you get blasted into your brains from all sides. And the thing is, I feel if they change anything drastically on the site, it'll be detrimental in the short term because people will be annoyed about it. Are the watch times that bad, Soap? I didn't pay any notice to them. We could just hold on. Let's go here. And see what's what. I'll show you what I mean in a second if... well, obviously it doesn't work. Yeah. I was trying to look up on tabletops on the social blades, but that seems not to be working currently. And now it's working. So where's my... There it is. Well, varying degrees, but a lot of views. Well, this looks better than most other video creators I've looked at in the past. Daily average plus 3,000 views. Isn't bad. Isn't great either. Oops.
Some viewers may find...
Ah! Sorry. Clumsy fingers. I'm not sure how Social Blade actually makes up the grading system. Why future projections tab? There's a future projections tab. Is there? Oh yeah. Never noticed. Oh. Oh. Subscriber go. Views go. That's an odd. Really odd. The weird thing is my channel ranking is C- as well, with way less subscribers. Let's see how the future projection looks like. Oh, better. It's going up, both of them. Well. Yeah, it's... The thing I wonder is... I don't think that OTT is actually making money from YouTube directly, but the most money they make is from advertising projects. That's what they are. What the initial money-making machine was. Yeah, paying subs. That's correct, but I don't think that's that many. A 1,000 subscribers as paying subscriptions on the Cult of Games? I highly doubt that. I highly doubt. So, I don't think there's anything where we could look that up on the member site, but that's far beyond the point. I doubt that there's even 1,000 active members at all. Discord is a weird number in itself. Let's see. Good night, James. Enjoy your Fallout. Sadly, that doesn't work. Yeah, I might take some time and just try to look at how many members have been active in the last God knows how many months. Yeah, Jill, that's the point, and it's not only Discord; it's on the site itself also. There's a lot of people coming in and out every now and again, but not really much. Let's see if I can go quickly. So I'm on 120, 140. Just going to see how many people were active, let's say, in the last 10 days. Let's see where we end up. Yeah. 300 users were active in the last 10 days. And I'll bet you that's a very small number of those is what you call it, backstagers. The site is an open pub with a back room meant to be only for paying customers. Pub with broken chairs, possibly. Zoipenhead, I feel Discord was more or less inevitable. Just and bear with me. Just try to see how many companies these days have no forum or similar own website, but rely solely on a Discord and a Facebook page. Discord crept in and snagged all the users who were unsatisfied with Facebook groups and didn't want to go back to forums. I feel. Well, I see Wayland has seen the value in having trained staff doing promotions on the cheap, I'd say. Simple as that. They have the equipment to do videos, and Wayland bootcamp's coming soon. Maybe, but I don't think they'll be in the in the what you call it in the center in Coleraine. Oh no! I've been locked out again. Have I annoyed the gods? Yes, yes, yes. We can only dream and hope that somewhere in the future there will be a better version of on Tops. Let's see how that goes. And I think we'll close on that note today. I'm running out of steam. Also, I'm out of drink. And I think we all have something to look forward to. Yeah, warmer, that's a good way to point it. So I thank you all for being here, and I hope to see you next week, even though there will be no Gerry, unless for some odd reason he suddenly finds time to do, but I guess he'll be up to his mustache in work. So, yeah, I'll guess next week will be some kind of building project. I'm not sure what. Maybe some dirty Warhammer. Enjoy your night, and may the force be with you.